Welcome to the very first episode of Fermenters React. I'm here with Kyle from Clawhammer, Charlie from Golden Hive Mead. We have a bunch of good and bad alcohol-related videos lined up for us to react to. Some are funny, some are awesome, and some are just plain wrong.
Oh, God.
All right, lads, let's hang out, crush some beers. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
And watch the sun go down. First up, we have a clip from kind of a little YouTuber that did something with Manuka honey, I think, maybe?
Oh, this is the Manuka mead. This is some of the most expensive honey in the world, and I'm gonna use it to make a traditional mead. So I actually made this with the Manuka honey that Kyle brought me from New Zealand last year, and I brought the mead that I made to New Zealand.
Kyle comes to New Zealand, Kyle buys honey, honey goes to Chicago, honey turns into mead in Chicago, gets aged in Chicago, comes back to New Zealand, and then now I get to drink it?
You hit the nail on the head.
That's awesome. Had you ever tried Manuka before?
Never tried Manuka before. Having tasted the honey, I was really excited to try the mead, and I think it turned out pretty awesome. What makes Manuka honey special is it's only made in New Zealand by bees that pollinate the Manuka tree.
Yeah, Manuka is, a lot of it comes from New Zealand, right?
Only New Zealand.
Only New Zealand?
Yeah. Depending on the fight that Charlie's trying to start. Or
With
restart
Australia.
between Australia and New Zealand, yeah.
May have started a war between Australia and New Zealand. So this all started when I used a Manuka honey to make a traditional mead. In the video I said that Manuka honey only comes from New Zealand, but my Australian followers corrected me saying that the tree that bees pollinate to make Manuka honey is also in Australia.
They have a tree over there, very similar, tea tree. They have the DNA check done over there, and so they found out that it was different, so they can't call their honey Manuka anymore.
So what do you want to say to Australians who are trying to take claim for
cut it
Manuka?
out.
Manuka belongs to New Zealand. Let's
Should we make these go bye-bye?
All right, Kyle.
You have to CGI this for me.
I will say, dude, there are not many people in the world who have made or tried Manuka
bet.
honey mead.
Yeah,
I feel like there are more people who have shit-talked Manuka mead than there are who have made it.
100%.
This came out to 14.6% too, so she
Ooh.
packs a punch.
Ooh, happy juice. Whoa. I will happily sip on this through the next
45 seconds.
Yeah. That's really fucking good, dude.
Thanks, man.
All right, so I've set up the next couple of clips, and I'm especially interested to see what Kyle has to say about it.
What am I, chopped liver?
Oh, he's distilling, naughty boy. What do you think?
I know,
what do you
I
think? I don't need to show you any more of this, do I?
No.
Okay.
If you've ever tried to use an AI image generator to make like a copper condenser, that is exactly what it generates. And that's probably why. It's probably like in Battlestar Galactica, they are distilling, and this is what a copper condenser looks like. It's
Yeah.
just,
What does a copper condenser do?
Every time you see anything that's a still in pop culture reference, they just get like copper tubing and bend it around and shove it in the corner.
Gotcha, okay.
And then they kind of obscure the vision. So you don't like, oh, what's going
Just
on?
random pipes,
Ooh.
random pieces of metal. Like, got it.
funny thing is that real distilling actually looks pretty cool.
For all of you super famous directors out there, instead of putting this trash on TV, call us.
Fun fact, we've been hit up a number of times by people making movies. We made our way into credits on various like shows and movies and stuff, but it's not worth it because
Like,
like,
what do
no
you
one's
get
gonna
for
be
that?
like looking through 15 minutes of credit and be like, oh,
Where did that still come from? Yeah.
So Mythbusters reached out to us when they did their Exploding Still episode. And
Right.
they're like, hey, we need some distillation equipment for this thing. We're like, cool, here's our website link. Here's where you can buy it. We didn't give
And did they?
We didn't give them anything.
Did they buy it?
They bought equipment from us.
I think they're making a like a house that's going to blow up.
Parts of the boiler might be ours, but honestly, man, that looks bigger than ours still.
Dude, they could have used your equipment to kind of inspire like how to actually make a real still, and then they like made their own.
Yeah,
Like a
potentially.
prototype.
Probably end up using like some of the column parts. I think maybe the cap plate, I recognize that. They've added sort of a nonsensical like worm coil there. Like,
Huge.
Like the one we were talking about
like we
before.
saw earlier.
They've intentionally blocked the still, and they're creating pressure inside the still because they couldn't get it to blow up. Waiting.
You can see it smoking.
So not gonna lie, that's kind of anticlimactic,
Sort of uneventful. It wasn't the huge boom that I think I was expecting.
right? Oh yeah, there you are in the credits.
That's us.
Next time you guys come back to New Zealand, let's set that up and recreate that video.
Sure.
If someone in New Zealand has the skills and the location to safely blow shit up, let us know.
I don't think it takes a lot of skill. Well, you said safely, sorry.
Yeah. I can blow stuff up.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I go home to the wife and kids afterwards. Is it the oak and the honey sweetness together giving that crazy, like, almost marshmallow kind of vibe?
For sure.
Wait, did you age this? Did I miss something? Did
It's
you age
oaked.
it? Oh, you oaked it in a barrel?
No. I just added toasted oak cubes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I do that with almost all my meads, actually, just because I love the taste of oak, personally.
It's not just Hollywood movies and shows that do weird stuff. So this is Stardew Valley. Someone is super thirsty for a pale ale.
Oh, no way.
Check it out.
Looks like Minecraft.
Yeah. We've got a keg. We've got hops.
No
We
way.
put hops in the keg.
Okay.
Hey, we made beer. No, that's it.
Okay, that's it. I forgot a couple ingredients like water, malt, and yeast.
I wish it was that easy.
We should be making games about making beer. Moonshiner's game or something. There's some sort of a distilling game. Well, I mean, my kid knows how to make beer, actually. But all kids probably should know how to make beer,
No.
so maybe it's good.
It's not just lo-fi games like this. So this is The Witcher. Kind of hard to see here because it's dark screen.
Oh, there we go. I just saw it. Hey, Jesse, it kind of looks like a giant goblin dick.
Like,
I know the premise of The Witcher is just like monsters and stuff, and it does look like a very phallic.
yeah, it's very phallic still. But it actually looks like a still. It's got like a pot, a big column.
It's like an Olympic. It's like an
onion.
Olympic, but with a
Elongated.
long shaft. Yeah, it's an elongated Olympic.
So it's a Alembic goblin dick.
Yeah.
Most of his potions are based on distilled spirits.
Okay.
So you have to make distilled spirits.
Wait, in the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually make them in the game?
Yeah. There's the goblin dick.
They're basically doing what we've done all week.
This is where the mash goes. Check this out. The mash. It's a bag of grain.
Is it a bag?
It's
Okay.
a bag of grain.
So-
What do we do with the mash, guys?
Now to boil the mash.
Geralt's going to comment on is you need to boil the mash. Be on the fire.
And now we got this random lever over here.
There you go.
Time to cool it down.
Yeah,
So,
that'll cool it down. Flip the
I
lever.
don't think there's.
Dude,
Yeah.
I wish it were as easy as pulling lever number 1 and lever number 2 and you have a distilled spirit.
Right? Yeah, you just take the grain, you put it in the still.
They missed some steps.
Yeah, like all of them.
Or maybe we've missed the step with the fireball.
Charlie is kind of the master of shorts, especially in this company. And I think you've got some stuff you want to show us, dude.
This is one of the type of liquors that actually inspired a lot of my more crazy mead recipes, and I've never tried a mead using this, but you guys got to check this out.
So Doritos now make their own alcohol brand called Empirical Doritos Nacho Cheese Liqueur.
So wait, did you know that I've already made Doritos liquor?
I didn't know you made Doritos liquor.
Did they make it before me and I didn't know about it? Or did I make it before them?
They could have ripped you off.
They could have.
Oh, I like the bottle actually. It's kind of cool.
It's pretty vibrant, eh?
Yeah.
Like it kind of jumps out.
Mm-hmm.
So does it actually taste like Doritos?
The stuff we made tasted surprisingly like moonshine whiskey in that it was a white whiskey with nacho cheese dust.
I feel like that wouldn't be something that I'd want to sip on or drink. But
Or potentially put in your body.
no. But I can imagine you could probably make some like really good like cooking recipes with it.
All right, the sun's going down. We've had a few beers. Things are about to take a turn towards the not family friendly. Just a heads up.
The liquor was developed using a vacuum distillation process.
It sounds like they vacuum distilled it too. You know, maybe because it's lower temp distillation, so they preserve some of the Dorito flavor.
That's interesting because when we did it, we literally mashed corn chips. Like we turned Doritos into alcohol.
Got it.
It sounds like these guys are making it kind of more like almost like a gin or an absinthe or something like that.
Where they add it to an already distilled spirit.
I think so,
flavor.
in a vacuum still.
Gotcha.
It doesn't sound appealing.
Yeah. It sounds like a cool video to make. It doesn't sound like something I'd buy at a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know though. My wife and I actually, our favorite flavor of edible lube is Cool Ranch Doritos. So I didn't expect that. Barbecues is close second.
It's a close second.
You know, that reminds me, you want to hear something I was told when I was younger? You put on the first condom, then you put on some hot sauce, and then you put on a second condom. If the second condom rips, She's gonna know about it.
No. Actually,
We killed him.
how many kids you have, Charlie? None?
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. Maybe
I think that'll make
there's something to that.
So I feel like the only proper way to follow up Doritos liquor is to show you something that I personally made. And
Uh-oh.
this is the famous Monster one.
Whoa!
Is it possible to take a full gallon of Monster Energy and transform it into alcohol? This might be my biggest test yet. At the most basic level, brewing requires just two things, sugar and yeast. So the question is, with the help of my kit, can the sugar in Monster actually be fermented into a Monster wine? The idea was to just ferment Monster straight up and turn it into alcohol, but it was actually a lot harder than it looks. Turns out Monster has a ton of preservatives and it doesn't just ferment as easy as you'd think. So the first time I made it, it didn't work. I had to dump the batch. It didn't ferment at all.
Oh, like you couldn't use it at all.
No. I ended up doing a yeast starter on the side, and I also changed the pH of the Monster. And yeah, that made it happen. I actually brought a bottle, and we're gonna try it.
No way.
Yeah. We're gonna have to finish whatever Manuka was in here.
I'm done, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was absolutely delicious.
I wish I could say the same about this next one. Look at this color. It is. This thing looks like it should glow in the dark.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting faint toe jam vibes. Potentially like old sock, dirty dishwater.
Exactly what you want. So what do you think of this one compared to the Manuka honey mead?
I think this is kind of like the Doritos thing, right?
Yeah.
Awesome video. I will be drinking the Manuka mead every single time.
Yeah. I'd call it a success.
Even aside from the whole YouTube thing, right? Obviously, this was a success for you in terms of a business success. But things like this can be a success in terms of furthering your understanding of the craft. Are you on glass too?
Yeah, I went in for more. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what I'm smelling.
Kyle's like, this is
here.
Yeah. Kyle's like, this is the best thing I've ever had.
I tried the Dr. Pepper and the Mountain Dew, and now I've tried the Monster.
You've tried them all, Kyle.
Yeah. I think the Mountain Dew was better than this by a lot.
Gotcha. Okay.
I didn't dislike the Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I did not like the Dr. Pepper. We did a Monster beer recently.
Yeah.
And used only syrup and then backswinged it with honey. And it was like, dude, it was really good.
So then it was never carbonated until like the natural carbonation.
Exactly.
Got
So
it.
you didn't like double
Very
the
li-
bitterness.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'm still going to finish it though.
Those plants are gonna turn out.
Yeah.
They're gonna come out neon green and
We're
glowing.
going to have a Ninja Turtle situation tomorrow morning. These plants.
All right, Charlie, you shared something kind of strange that you did with us. I'm going to do likewise. Mouthwash. It has alcohol in it, so let's try distilling it.
You would take a shot of that, and you wouldn't have to brush your teeth for a month.
Right, yeah.
Like 20 years from now, one of your kids is going to watch this video with their therapist.
That's what I was waiting.
They're going to be like, this is kind of what I'm dealing with.
So the crazy thing about this wasn't that it tasted minty. It was that everything about the experience of washing your mouth was concentrated. Like so astringent that you're like, this is hurting me, but it's killing everything, so it's good.
Yeah, right.
That was dialed up as well. Like all of it. It was truly freaking terrible.
No, you guys are great parents.
It worries me that you have to clarify that.
I don't know which one of your kids drew it, but they drew. I took a picture of it. It was
really?
like world's best dad, and they drew a picture of you. But it was kind of like the Pringles man with the more epic beard.
Oh, the entire beard is coming from my top lip. All right, team, you're in New Zealand. What is the most famous thing in New Zealand world over?
Wool socks.
Wool socks?
Lord of the Rings.
Right. Lord of the Rings, correct.
No spills.
And no regurgitation.
So it's a drinking game.
We got wool socks on the brain,
Lamb?
man.
Lord of the Rings, Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
But also, from my limited worldview, there's only one place where the world's best wool comes from.
Oh, I thought you were going to
The
say.
world's best wool comes from New Zealand.
I thought you were going to say there's only one place where distilling is legal.
True. Yeah.
I feel like in all of these movies, they make the alcohol look so good.
Right?
Like, I just want
Yeah.
to be in an old medieval pub and just have a good time with these guys.
What do you think they're drinking?
Easy. They're
Ale.
obvious.
Ale?
Yeah.
Mead.
I thought ale.
Whoa.
No, I think it's mead.
If by mead you mean ale, you are correct.
I mean, obviously, Lord of the Rings is a fictional movie in a fictional time, but they did have mead, wine, liquor, and beer like in medieval times. And so I think it's fascinating how they actually made that, because we're so used to all the modern equipment.
Like, they didn't know what yeast was. It was
No.
like, hey, I've got this magic stick. I put it in the thing. It
Some
turns
power.
into ale.
Have you ever fermented using wild yeast?
We made beer with a log once. A guy found a log in a park. He took it home and threw it in a batch of wort because he knew about this, like
Right.
the magical sticks of past. And
Right.
he's thinking, well, yeast is technically everywhere. So
Yeah.
he found this old weathered piece of wood and he tossed it in a batch of wort just to see what would happen. And it actually made incredible beer. We reached out to him and said, hey, man, what are the chances you would be able to you would be willing to ship your log to us so we could turn it into a video? Thinking he'd probably say no because it's like a precious object to him.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, hell yeah, I'll send it to you. He sent it to us in a priority mailbox, no package, like no wrapping or anything.
Like you just took
It was
a box with a log.
a log in a box. And the box showed up and it had a hole inside of it. Like the log was like partially sticking out. So we just opened up, it was like a log. And he goes, yeah, it's not a sanitary object. Don't worry about touching it. In fact, like everyone who makes the beer should touch the log because everyone, imparts their own, I don't know,
Their own
microbes
yeast.
to it. Yeah, their own yeast to it.
Dude, that's crazy.
So, and the beer was actually really, really good. Delicious. And it's very surprising that it actually worked. Let's get back to them drinking this ale. Were they drinking?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see a clip of anybody drinking ale.
Does mead ever get foamy?
Mead does not really get foamy, no.
Oh, it's not looking good for Charlie. Because
Oh,
there is a clip of it being foamy.
It was probably a braggot.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. Hey, can we come together?
All right.
Well,
it was
is
a
it
braggot, Kyle.
Peace
Let's
between
take
your
the
houses.
diplomatic
Yeah. All right.
solution.
Cool. It'd be kind of fun to make a Lord of the Rings mead, beer, and spirit.
That is a good idea.
You down?
100%. Somehow we each need to be involved in making a Lord of the Rings themed liquor, mead, beer, braggot, whatever it is. I think that'd be awesome.
All right, team. So I promised Kyle that I would save the last video for him.
Well, we've been drinking a lot.
I've got a nice buzz going on.
You know what happens when you drink? After you feel good and you go to sleep and then you wake up?
Oh. We're watching The Hangover?
Sometimes you have a hangover. We're not watching The Hangover.
Oh, okay, not the movie.
We're watching a really funny clip by our mutual friend, CH, who put together, I think, one of the best descriptions of what it's like to have like a really crushing hangover.
It can be Armageddon, but sometimes it just happens. You keep hanging, you keep drinking, more people, you know, and then it happens. The 10 out of 10, hangover.
Why is it funny? It's not funny, but it's funny.
First of all, if I'm waking up with a hangover, that's where I want to be because it looks like a pretty sweet place.
Yeah, right, yeah, it does, yeah.
Self-inflicted, temporary, manic depression where you have nobody to blame but yourself. Where it
There's
feels like
something about CH, man. Like, he's the master of putting in way too much effort for stuff like this.
Yeah.
But making it look like it's hacked together like a moron. Like, and I mean that as a compliment. Like, it's not overproduced. It's not slick.
He's such a good actor where it's like, it doesn't seem like he's doing cheesy acting.
No.
Like, it's so fun what he's doing.
Yeah. Pro level script and acting, but just on an iPhone with no lighting, no sound. And just, video game music. And then I'm just going to throw in a random clip from The Neverending Story 5 times. Whip it up. Comedy gold.
where it feels like every single person in the entire world is liked, loved, and respected except for you, where you're a grown-ass man and you need to sit down in the shower. But this is where you need to plot twist your own emotions. You need to appreciate this hangover because it lets you know that you're a human. We're the only species that can experience this emotion. Dinosaurs can never experience this.
That's like he does the whole cycle of the hangover in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I can't believe the video only has like 6,000 views. I'm responsible
Like 1,000
for like
of them?
1,000. yeah.
All right, thanks, Kyle. I appreciate
Thank you,
it, man.
Jesse.
Thank you,
Dude, that was
Charlie.
awesome. Charlie.
Thank you for being part of the very first video in the series. We'll see how it does. Maybe it survives. Maybe we do it again. I don't often get to hang out with cool people like this, so
Yeah, man, that was fun.
we'll see.
It's such a good idea.
If you have videos you think we should reference in the next one when I get a chance, drop in the comment section down below. We'll catch you next time, team. Keep chasing
That's
the
a good
craft.
idea. Cheers,
See ya.
guys.